Hello and welcome back. So I wanted to take a look around the yard today and see what's going on. Spring is happening. So, in particular, my Oliver, this is our guest dog. In particular, I wanted to take a look at this tree that I grafted. I think it was at least 2 years ago now. So, if you remember from previous videos, we had a seedling that popped up out of the ground. Probably some squirrel or something planted it, and I grafted it way down here. So that was, year one, and then year two I grafted it. So year two it grew all the way up to, looks like here, and then this is year three. So it looks like, oh, and then I also grafted, so this is a Bramley seedling. I grafted Wixen over here, and now this year, look at that. Got flowers on here. Got flowers on Bramley seedling. And looks like there's a couple flowers up there. So, give or take 4 years from seed, we're looking at apples. So that's pretty impressive, I think. Now, you always hear from people saying, oh, you can't grow apples from seeds because it'll take forever for you to get a fruit. That's not true. And also, people will say you shouldn't grow apples from seeds because, you're going to get something that doesn't taste good. Well, if you check out Steven from Skillcult, he's got some really interesting videos on growing apples from seeds that are, he knows both of the parents, and both the parents are good. So, yeah, don't listen to what people say. Try things out for yourself. And I think, I'm not sure, because I've never grown Bramley seedling before. These might be fruit spurs? I don't know. If any of you have grown this before, let me know. Wixen kind of has like a long, wispy habit. And Bramley's is very strong grower. Very vigorous. And it looks like the graft point is doing well too. So I've been trying to pay attention to make sure the graft isn't overgrowing the rootstock. Looks like it isn't. So we're good to go. The only kind of wacky thing with this tree is it's leaning like quite a lot. And it's probably for various reasons, but mostly because we get wind that comes from the east and blows on it all the time in the winter. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully this has inspired you to graft some weeds yourself. Try something new. And don't be afraid to experiment. Hey, so it's the next day, and I wanted to provide a little update while I'm taking a break from moving mulch. So I did some homework on Bramley's seedling. It's this branch right here. And the reason that this is happening is they said online that this is a partial tip-bearing variety, which the only other one I know about is golden russet, and they said that is, I think, either also partially tip-bearing or maybe fully tip-bearing. So the thing that makes pruning this type of apple variety difficult is because normally you would trim the tips off. But with this variety, if you're trimming the tips off, you're actually trimming the flowers off as well. So I saw that this little fruit spur here looks normal, but all the way at the end, again, there's flowers here. So I'm gonna have to do some homework on how I actually prune this variety, because I would like to keep it somewhat under control, because since it's on seedling rootstock, like it could easily turn into like a tree bigger than that, huge tree. And we don't want that. We want to be able to pick the apples, and we don't want it to just like dominate this whole area. So anyway, I wanted to just provide some information on that. Hopefully you found that useful. If I find some information on how to properly prune these varieties, I'll make another update, and I'm kind of hoping that all of these our fruit spurs as well, but we'll have to see what happens once they start growing.